Sometimes, the greatest strength doesn't come from revenge or anger. It comes from kindness. This is the story of a man who had every reason to hate, every reason to strike back, but instead chose forgiveness. What happened next will remind you that kindness never fails. There was once a quiet village surrounded by fields of golden wheat and tall trees that whispered in the wind. In this village lived Karim, a hard-working man with calloused hands and a heart that still carried the scars of betrayal. Years ago, Karim's neighbor, Ralph, had wronged him deeply. Land disputes, harsh words, even lies that stained Karim's name. Ralph had done them all. Karim could have fought back. He could have made Ralph suffer. But instead, Karim withdrew into silence, burying his pain under long days of labor in the fields. One hot afternoon, while the sun burned bright and the air smelled of dust and grain, a cry pierced the stillness. A baby's cry. Karim looked up from his work. The sound grew louder, desperate, coming from the edge of the forest. He rushed toward it, his feet pounding the dry earth. And there, beneath the shade of an old fig tree, lay a baby wrapped in a thin cloth, abandoned and helpless. The tiny hands trembled. The child's face was red from crying. Karim lifted the baby gently. "Shh, you're safe now," he whispered, his rough hands surprisingly tender. The baby's warmth pressed against his chest, stirring something in his heart. He carried the baby to the village square. Soon a crowd gathered. Whispers spread. Whose child was this? Why was it left alone? Then a woman stepped forward, her eyes wide with fear. It was Ralph's wife. And the baby, her baby. The truth unfolded painfully. In desperation, Ralph's wife had hidden the baby outside, fearing her husband's anger after a quarrel. She hadn't expected the child to be discovered so soon. The villagers turned their eyes on Karim. Here was his chance. His enemy's family was in shame. He could speak harshly. He could condemn them. He could finally take revenge with words sharper than knives. But Karim stayed silent for a moment. He looked at the child in his arms, then at the trembling woman. Finally, he said softly, "A mistake was made, but no child deserves to suffer for it. Take your baby home." Gasps ran through the crowd. Forgiveness where anger was expected. Mercy instead of revenge. Even Ralph, standing at the edge of the gathering, could not lift his eyes to meet Karim's. His face was pale, his pride broken. From that day on, something shifted. Ralph stopped his bitter ways. He began to greet Karim respectfully, offering help in the fields. Over time, they even worked side by side, their old rivalry slowly dissolving like morning mist under the sun. And all because one man chose kindness instead of hate. This story reminds us of something powerful. Kindness is never wasted. Even when others hurt you, even when they don't deserve your mercy, your choice to act with compassion plants seeds that grow into change. Revenge may feel satisfying for a moment, but it leaves behind emptiness. Kindness, on the other hand, leaves a legacy that endures. Karim's forgiveness not only saved a child that day, it also healed a broken relationship and transformed a bitter enemy into a friend. Here's something you can try. The next time anger rises within you, pause, count to 3. Then ask yourself, what would kindness look like right now? Even a small gesture, a calm word, a helping hand, or simple silence can shift the direction of someone's life. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs the reminder. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again for more stories that inspire and uplift. Until then, remember, kindness never fails.